Today, I'm going to be taking you guys with me on a photo shoot, and I'm going to be showing you how I take and edit my photos that you might see on my Instagram. And today I'm actually doing something a little bit different. I'm trying new things, so I'm going to be taking you guys along with it. I think this is the way that I'm going to doing it for like the rest of the time. As you can see, I have my makeup done. So what I did is I planned 3 outfits to take photos in, and I have 3 locations in mind. And the person who's going to be taking pictures of me is my mom. My sister's also going to come, but that's because she wants pictures of herself done as well. And I have my current outfit planned, and then I also have 2 other outfits, and this is like a black top with some white pants, and I've worn this before, and then this really cute dress. And the outfit that I have on right now is this. Excuse my very dirty bed, but I have this ribbed top and then this jean skirt, which looks pretty cool. And then of course my watch is my accessory. This is the camera that I will be shooting on it. It is a Canon 70D, and I have 3 lenses with me. I have the Sigma 30mm one, I have a portrait 50mm 1.4 f lens, and then I also have a kit lens, which is 18 to 55mm. And I'm also going to be taking some glasses with me. It's kind of an accessory to add to my look, because I think glasses sometimes can change the vibe and the mood of the photo. We are at our first location, and it is this town center, and I absolutely love like the streets here and stuff. Like if posed well and you're kind of standing in a nice like location next to nice buildings and like cafe shops and stuff, it's like a really nice place for photos. And I mentioned that my mom will be taking pictures of me, but what I usually do is I find the spot, I use the camera, and I use them to like figure out how I want the photo of me to be taken, and then I take it of them, and then I try and get my mom to take a similar picture or as exact as possible to how I want it to look for me. It's a lot of work, but like I can't take photos of myself, and like I could using a tripod and self-timer. I've done that before, but it just takes a lot more work and time, which I don't currently have.
I'm just like filming your butt, if that's okay, great. Painful. Because I like recording myself. I should open up a YouTube channel, bro. I really badly want a YouTube channel, but
I'm not editing your videos.
I don't know how to. You should teach me how to edit my videos.
I really like these umbrellas and these like chairs. Time for me to figure out how actually who will use as a model, you or mom?
Me?
That will have a blurry background, but also kind of, I'm gonna try and make them as candid as possible, so not posed. So I want my sister to be like super natural.
I love the way you kiss me every night.
Basically, yes, I want photos like this of me, but I will pose differently because I know how I want to pose. So my camera died because I'm smart and didn't charge my other camera, but we are now at like a different place a little bit, and this is kind of like a little cafe city street, and my mom will be taking photos of me so that I am walking, and the blurred kind of cafe sign town background is in the back. And I actually did it on high-speed continuous because I will be walking, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Running away, and everybody knows you. Same way as I do for me. I'm feeling good with you here right beside me. I'm feeling fine when you hold me, I smile. I need to know and give me one more chance to take it slow, but I'd rather stay with you. I need to hold you, need to touch you right. I miss the way we were before. I miss the way we were before. And everybody knows, and everybody knows you feel, and everybody sees you keep on running away. And everybody knows you feel the same way as I do for me. And everybody knows you feel, and everybody sees you keep on hiding, running away. And everybody knows you feel the same way as I do.
Oh, hey guys, I am back from the photo shoot. Clearly, it's actually the next day, and now we're gonna be on to the editing part of my photos and how I actually do that. I edit my photos in Lightroom. I honestly absolutely love the Adobe softwares like Photoshop, Lightroom. They're just amazing and wonderful, and I love editing in them so much. But usually I don't use Photoshop because Lightroom is enough for me currently. I use Photoshop for like thumbnails and stuff like that, but not for just photos that I would put out on my Instagram feed. And what I actually do before I import the photos into Lightroom is I go through the raw photos and I filter out the photos that I want to use, so like the best photos, right? And then I import those into a folder that I create in Lightroom. I just got a new iPad and I need to figure out how to screen record on it because I actually now edit my photos on the iPad and it's just so much better. And my Adobe cloud kind of syncs to all of my devices so I can edit on whatever. And the iPad is just really handy, and I don't like the desktop for editing usually, especially if I'm like sitting on my bed. It's just so much more comfier to like edit on my iPad. Alright, so now you guys should be seeing my iPad screen, and I will be going into Lightroom and I will show you the folder that I have with all of these photos. And these are actually only the photos from the third outfit, so I have not imported yet the photos from my first and second outfit. And I've actually edited most of these already, but what I will do is I will show you guys the before and after, and we're just going to start with this photo right here. So this is the before, and then this is the after, and I'm just going to show you guys how I actually achieved this specific look for this photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just reset all settings. And now what I like to do first on my photos is I think about the kind of look that I'm going for and the kind of vibe. This was taken in a golden hour. I really like the oranges in this in my dress. I am kind of tan. I like the red lips, so it's all kind of has like an orange theme to it. My nails, my shoes, also the leaves on the right are also like red and just like very fall, but it also gives off summer vibes. So what I want for this kind of the summer transition into fall. And for this, what I decided to do is to obviously have the saturation a little bit higher up and the colors more vibrant and have it give off a very golden hour, bronzed kind of summer but also fall vibe. What I always do when I start editing my photos is start with the shadows, and I'm just going to bring these shadows up a little bit, and we're just going to do them probably to 60. We are also going to go into highlights, and we're going to bring the highlights to a 35, and I usually just play around with them, to be honest, kind of back and forth. Our contrast, we're just going to do a nice little 8. That's usually a good spot. We're going to do a nice little 20 plus of white. We're going to actually do a tiny bit of the blacks. Now for the exposure, we're actually going to bring it down to -20. As you can see, this starts to kind of create that whole kind of bronzed look. Now we're going to go into color, bump the saturation up a little bit, and we're going to do that to 8 because I actually don't like overly saturated photos, but nicely saturated photos are also really nice. Now we're going to make it be a warm tone of 5, and then add a green, and add a 5 of pink. Now for the effects that I like here is dehaze, and dehaze actually kind of makes things a little bit darker. Then we have the vignette. The vignette is really nice. I vignette all of my photos from 10 to 25 a vignette, and it actually depends on the photo. This one we're going to go with a nice 15. You can also play with the midpoint, and you can play around with the roundness, but I kind of like the way that this has been set. So we're actually going to do highlights at -80 because I feel like that looks a lot better. And as you can see, I looked at the photo and I decided that I wanted to change something, so I'm actually going to do the vibrance at 40, but we are going to have the warmth be at 0 because I feel like this photo already gives off enough kind of warm vibes. Now I do want the whites to be a little bit more poppy, so we are going to go with a nice 45. I'm not really vibing with the whole yellow look of me. Bring up the exposure. We are going to do 2 of the contrast. We're gonna do shadows all the way, highlights a little less, blacks we're gonna bring up, whites are actually going to be about 2. So I kind of changed that, and then we're going to change the vibrance and the color. And let's look at the dehaze. That actually changes the situation. The dehaze gives it a really nice kind of focus and contrast without it being too harsh and too kind of strong, which I think looks good. So this is what the photo looks like now. This is what it looked like before. You can see it was kind of pale, not bright enough. I made it brighter, made it be a little bit more golden. Now this is kind of what I do when I edit photos entirely by myself. I just kind of go and I try to find a way that matches what it is I'm trying to do. Now another way that I edit my photos is using presets, and then I change those presets a little bit. So this preset that I used on this photo is called Summer 1, and I have them saved in my presets right here. It's called for presets, and I have a bunch of different styles. Some of them which I created myself, some of them which I copied from an online kind of preset creator, so the settings are already pre-made. And we are going to take a photo that is entirely unedited and try and edit it to that sort of look using the preset. So this is an original unedited photo. I'm going to be taking a preset. So we're actually going to keep this one, and I'm going to start editing the settings based off of the preset. So when I look at the settings that are created from the preset or that I have saved, it just helps, you know, me time-wise. What I don't like is I don't like how dark my face is, and I would actually like it to be a little brighter. So I am going to be bringing the shadows all the way up, and I am going to actually bring the blacks a little bit higher up. So we're gonna go to about 33. I think that looks good. Now what I also don't like is how my hair kind of grooves off a little bit green vibe. So what we're gonna go into is we're gonna go into selective editing, and we're actually going to add a selective edit button. And what you do is just kind of paint over the spot that you want the selective edit to work on, and you can erase some spots if they didn't work out. That's what I like to do. And we're gonna bring down the opacity and slightly erase it right here. So I'm going to press done, and the last thing I'm going to add is a vignette, and we're going to add a really nice dark vignette because I really want myself to pop in this. And there you go. That is the final edited photo. And this is the before. As you can see, it's very bright, very light. And then this is the after. We have created a different look. We have popped some color. We've also kind of given this photo a mood. And I basically do this for all of my photos. I go through the same exact process. There are different presets that need to be applied. I do that if there are different moods that I want to add to the photo. I think about what I want to do. Kind of you always go towards the basic correction, and then you go to the colors, and then you go to the effects. That's just the order in which I do things. Obviously, I would edit a new photo differently. This is just how I edited these specific photos, and I'm not gonna go through how I edit every single photo from this photo shoot because that would be a lot of video for you guys to watch. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will put some shots of the other photos and how they have turned out after I fully edited them. You guys can also follow my Instagram to stay updated on all of my photography. If you like this video and you like me and you have checked out my channel and want to subscribe, I would love it if you did. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment down any video ideas, DM me any comments, anything you want to say, any questions. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Thank you.